All right. Well, really excited to get the win. It was a really good team win. Credit Boston College. They did a really nice job of running the ball and grinding out the clock and just kind of being really hard to get off the field. And thought Kevin played great. Um, thought we really played well offensively the first three quarters. A couple times, early in the game we settled for a field goal we missed and had to settle for another one. But we moved the ball really well, and especially when our defense was struggling to get off the field. And then late, I think we only punted twice, and I think it was like our last two drives. When we didn't convert a few drives late, our defense finally stepped up, did what they needed to do. Big shout out to our crowd, to our student section. I heard this was a top 10 largest crowd in the history of SMU tonight. We've already set this attendance record for a season. We got a game left. They were there in the fourth quarter when we needed them. It was loud that last drive when we got them in those must-pass situations, and our D-line went to work. So, just proud of our guys. We knew it'd be hard. It's going to be hard to win every week. It's going to get harder and harder as the season shrinks and the games mean more. And I thought our team showed a lot of grit tonight. We didn't play bad, and they played well. And there was times that we did some things to keep them in it. But I thought they played a really good game, BC, and we're really fortunate to get the win.
Hey, Coach, up and down sort of game. What are your key takeaways from the game? I know you mentioned grit. What are some of the key takeaways
Yeah, they came out and they kind of played, credit them, they played with 5D linemen a little bit more than they had shown it some, but more than you would think they would against us just because of the way we play, and a little bit more odd front, fine. At this point in the year, you've seen it all. But I think early on it kind of slowed down the run game a little bit for us. So that was some good change up for them. And then it just got to where they were playing one-on-one, and I thought Kevin, our wide receivers, had a really good night. Missed a few, and then we were able to, in the third quarter, I think, get our balance going again and run the ball a little bit better. It was up and down. I thought Kevin was really, really good, especially in the first half on third down, extending plays and moving the sticks. I thought he took the game over. The interception was on me. That was a really bad call. Put him in a bad situation. We also should have slid out and protected it better, but I put our team in a bad situation with that call based on the way they played it. And still, he had Roderick. If the ball sailed on him, if he he's getting hit as he throws and it sails. But yeah, it was. This is what we've kind of been spoiled, right? Other than the Duke game in conference, our games haven't been as tight late. But this is what I thought every game would be like in the fourth quarter. If y'all remember early in the season, I said, man, all these games are going to come down to 1-2 possessions in the fourth quarter, and there it was. But I think it was gritty because we responded when we needed to. They take they go down, make it 17-14 right before half. Then we throw a pick, our defense responds and gets a pick, and then we go steal 3 points. I think our team's done a good job of that this year. And then to start the second half, they go right down and score, and instantly we're behind. Offense goes right down the field and scores, and we're back ahead. And now we're playing with the lead the whole second half. Late, they score to make it 31-28. We aren't able to possess the ball on offense. Defense gets a stop. That's good team ball. That's what championship caliber teams have to do. So I'm just really proud of our guys with all the pressure, all the things that were going on against a really good physical BC team. That's my takeaway.
You mentioned your defense putting them in must-pass situations. Boston College got the ball back with a couple minutes left, and they have a really solid offensive line. You were missing Elijah Roberts. Were you surprised that your defensive line was able to do what it did on that last defensive stand?
No, I wasn't, because we got a lot of good pass rushers. I think not having Elijah hurt us stopping the run some, because he's a good all-around player. We did a good job. They were never explosive running the football, but because of the way the game went and it was able to stay fairly tight, we got up 17-7, and we were never able to make it a 3-score game. Then late in the second half, we got up, 31-21, and we were never quite able to make it a 3-score game. We allowed them to stay within striking distance and play their game plan, which was grind it out, getting third and shorts. I thought they did a nice job converting on some third downs. There was a couple in the first half, like a 3rd and 20, a 2nd and goal from the 19, we got to get off the field. But credit them on making some plays. But that last drive was the first time we kind of had them in a position where they kind of got to throw the ball. And I thought you saw what we were able to do. So, just a gritty performance all around.
Could you walk through your thinking on the two kind of late decisions? First of all, calling the timeout just before the 2-minute timeout,
Yeah, I didn't want to call a timeout there. But we were not in a good situation defensively, and I had to split-second decision. I would have loved to let it go, but if they snapped the ball there, now, I mean, they're probably going to get a yard, but we were definitely we had a problem. So I had to call a timeout. I didn't want to. I hate doing that. We have to do that often at times, and then they came out and got the yard and a half. Of course, now, hindsight, if we stop them there, it's a big deal, but it wasn't a good exchange for us. What was the other one?
And second, it was a decision to rush forward on that point down to score the touchdown.
Yeah, so, we were up 3, and they had 2 timeouts, and so we had to run the ball. I thought one of the biggest plays was Jordan's play on second down because, he can't run out of bounds there. And you're kind of in that weird mode of analytics guys are going to tell you SMU is wrong for scoring. I don't really care what they think. But we weren't worried about scoring. We were worried about them not getting the ball back in a one-possession game. And so, we told Jed, you can't go out of bounds. All our guys know this. You can't go out of bounds unless you get in the first down. Well, he didn't. And he didn't get the first down, but he got us to 3rd and short. And we weren't able to get the tough yard on the next play. I think Junior came up just a little short. But we were able to run it down to, I believe, 12 seconds. And so, if we kick a field goal and they block it and run it back for a touchdown, we lose. And so we didn't want to give them that option. If we do kick it and make it, we got to kick off to them. We're only up 6. They run it back, we lose. So, you know what? Let's try to convert it. Not necessarily score. If we score, that's fine. Let's try to convert it. Ball game's over. In that case, with that little bit of time, if we score up 10, ball game's over. But if we don't get it, and especially by flipping a jet sweep, that's going to take 4 to 6 seconds. They're going to have 1, maybe 2 plays on a -5. Like our odds there, a little bit better. So that was the whole basis behind it, and it worked out. Keyshawn got in.
Sir, your team is having a great season, and they're on the cusp of perhaps having a magical season. How are your kids handling that? How are you, sir, handling that?
I think you saw tonight how they're handling it. I mean, I thought, there's a lot of pressure. More probably put on by themselves. I mean, they want to win. They want it. And when the game was the tightest tonight, we played our best. And so I think that's the best evidence I can tell you for how they're handling it. As far as how I'm handling it, I don't know. I'm just taking it 1 minute at a time. But proud of our guys. Job's not done, but we're still in control of our destiny, and that's all that really matters.
We talked a lot this season about the importance of explosive plays.
Mhm.
You got a guy like Rashard Smith that breaks free for that 45-yard run, sets up that field goal, and then a guy like Kevin who's just making so many throws on the run. What does the combination of having the 2 of them on your offense do for that?
Well, we're scoring points. You know what I mean? We're hard to stop. I mean, because of those guys. I mean, you could see the plays Kevin was making tonight. There's no guru play calling going on there, other than we're putting him in position to do what he does well and give him the flexibility and freedom to do it. And like I said, I think he does a really good job of improvising and valuing the football. And, that's the secret sauce. And then, Rashard's a home run guy. I think he was disappointed. We're kind of disappointed he didn't score on that 1-4 half. But and then we had him open again on the linebacker on the fade. We just didn't give him a chance like we did on the one we got the PI. And so that would have been big. But those guys, they're playmakers. And so I think that's what coaching is just put guys in position to do what they do best and let them play. And don't put them in a box. There's got to be some guidelines. There's got to be some structure and discipline. But let them go play. And it's a player's game. And, we're going to trust those guys to the end.
So you talk about grit. Let's talk about the composure, because I know, and I don't want to get into officiating, but there were times.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm not do like that. So, but in these situations, in these type of games where you want to win, must win, maybe obviously, composure you can lose composure.
Yeah.
And the seasons they stayed to course.
Yeah.
Even when the calls didn't go that your way, you felt like it was that guys kept going. And most times teams do lose that composure in these games that you lose.
Yeah.
Because you forget what the common denominator is. Can you talk about that?
Yeah. I mean, we had 2 times tonight that I was disappointed in. The other one, I'm still disappointed in it, but I get it. Right after we threw the interception, I think Jakai will be the first to tell you he can't do what he did. They got him an extra 15 yards. Luckily, our defense bailed us out. The one later on Jordan, I didn't see everything, but he was defending a teammate. You can't do that in a moment like that. For whatever reason, every time they were tackling Kevin Jennings, they were trying to twist his ankle. I don't know why. We told the officials they can't see it, and if they can't see it, they can't call it. So I appreciate that. But that's bad ball. And So those guys were standing up for their quarterback. But overall, I do think, look, I'm going to make bad play calls. The guys are going to make bad plays. Calls are going to go against you. It's a human game. It's a human element. That's the game. We're going to compete and fight our tail off. But they do a great job of letting me worry about that and playing the next play. And I just think we got a mature team. I mean, I didn't know it till I walked. Someone told me I think we've won 18 of our last 20. That's kind of crazy. But it just shows you that these guys expect to win. And so I think that's probably why in those tight moments they have that composure.
Any update you can give on Stadium?
I don't know any details. He tweaked his knee a little right before half. No one's told me it's serious, but Guerin just felt like he wasn't all there, and so Chambly went in, and I think for the most part, did a really nice job in the second half. I don't think we had any major injuries. I'll get an update, but there's no one I know of, and we do expect to get Elijah back next week.
For almost about the last 2 seasons, you guys have really spread the ball out passing. Tonight, I felt like you relied on maybe just a few guys to get the job done. Was that the game plan coming in, or was it more of a case of certain guys were just getting hot?
Well, kind of the way they played us. They do a good job. They're multiple all year long, so I wouldn't say they did, other than, like I said, playing a little more odd and 5-down linemen. They've still done that. They've been a lot of quarters 3-man all year, and they played predominantly 3-man tonight, which is single high. So basically, our outside receivers were one-on-one, and they were playing off enough. That's why you saw us having to kind of dump it down about 10 yards, and then the couple times they pressed, we hit Jordan on the touchdown, and we just felt like Kevin was seeing it well. We can get the ball out quick, and we were just basically playing one-on-one on the outside. And so those guys had the matchup, and then of course, right now, Roderick Daniels and Brashard Smith are 2 of our playmakers. So, however we can get them the ball, probably there was other ways we'd like to get Roderick the ball more, but he does a lot with the touches he gets, and so we weren't force feeding anybody, other than we're going to hand the ball to one a lot, but I thought Jordan Hudson, Keyshawn Smith, and Moochie Dixon played a really good game tonight.
You mentioned that guys put too much pressure on themselves. What can you do, or can the staff do to try to get them to relax, knowing there's 2 games
Yeah.
to go? You guys have your best.
Well, and if I said that, I misspoke. I'm sorry. I don't think they're putting too much pressure on themselves. I'm saying I think they have higher expectations of themselves than the outside pressure. Maybe it's what I should have said. I think the way they played shows they're not playing tight. I don't think they're playing tight. I think it was a tough matchup for us. We knew coming in, Boston College, they're big, they're physical. They did it to us in the bowl game last year. They were going to line up. They did it last week against Syracuse and ran for 300 and something yards. So, we held them to 180, which is a lot for us this year, but it's a whole lot less than last week. So I thought we kept them from being explosive in the run game, but they were able to maintain the ball, and we stayed on the field a long time. So it was just a tough matchup. I thought they responded really well. We knew as a staff, we didn't overtalk, but, you get late in the season and the last 3 weeks come down to conference, you're in contention with a couple other teams. They're the hardest ones to win. First of all 3 of these teams, from BC to Virginia coming in today and Cal, were 5-4. They all have a winning record. They're all competing to go to a bowl. They're pretty motivated. It's not like we got a bunch of layups left, but I thought our guys did a nice job of hanging in there and understand the only thing we got to do is win. So I probably misspoke. I thought earlier in the year we did that. First 2 or 3 weeks of the season, I thought we did that. I don't think we're doing that. I just think they won it, and there's nothing wrong with that.
What did you see from Kobe tonight? To finish with 16, 8 solo, had a big sack late.
Yeah. The only reason probably he didn't break the rock is he's already broken it this year. 16 tackles is crazy. I thought Isaiah Wacobia, 9 tackles, that big pick. I thought our D-line did a great job, everyone up there. We had to play with 3 linebackers a lot because of the sets they were in, which is not something we hardly ever do, but we had to put all 3 linebackers out there, which they're good players, but that just means they're not rotating the same. So for Kobe to have 16 tackles and probably hardly ever came off the field, is pretty impressive.
Talk about the bowl game last season. How motivating was that for you guys? How does it feel now to win the game that matters?
Yeah. We talked about it on Monday. Coach Dunham did the scout, and he brought it up. We get a chance to run it back, and this time we're not doing it in a baseball stadium in Boston with cold rain. We're doing it in Ford Stadium. And that's about the only time they know. They wanted to win. They really wanted to win for a lot of other reasons, but, yeah, they remembered that, especially that last quarter and a half last year. I think that was the difference. I mean, if you remember last year, we're in control of the game. Even though we're up 14-10, we throw a ball, Kevin makes an incredible throw, we drop a touchdown. We go up 21-10 there, who knows? Then a few plays later, I think we got a kick blocked or partially blocked, and then they just took over the game. And tonight, when it got tight late, we took over the game. So that was a good change. But, again, they're really good. We knew it coming in. We knew it was a tough matchup. And so we're thankful to try to, redeem ourselves from that bowl game last year.
Last question. Can you talk about the defense again? Just felt like they struggled a lot to get off the field, like you said, but then really stepping up when it mattered.
Yeah. That's what you got to do to win consistently and to potentially be a championship caliber team. You got to win different ways every week. You got to win sometimes when, like I said, go back to the Duke game. When we were a turnover machine offensively, we were holding the line on defense. And then you come back, you come to tonight where, again, we could have probably finished a few more drives with touchdowns and maybe created the distance we needed. But the offense was moving the ball and scoring and keeping us at least ahead when we were struggling to not only get off the field but keep them out of the end zone. But then it shifts, and now offensively we're not able to kind of run the clock out and score and possess the ball, and our defense steps up. To your point, right before half, at the end of the game, I just think, it's just good team ball. And I don't know, some years you play it, some years you don't. These guys have a good knack for it. They know when the moments are big enough, and they have, that's the grit I'm talking about. They just, when they need to make the plays, they do. They find ways to win. Teams either find ways to win or they find ways to lose, and our guys have done a nice job of finding ways to win.
Yeah, the whole week we knew it was going to be a tough game, how they played us last year, and we knew we had to come and fight all 4 quarters. So, we just stayed the course, put our head down, and just continue to grind each and every possession.
Coach actually said that they were twisting your ankle when they were tackling you.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah, almost every time they got a hand on me and I was on the ground, they just twist my ankle the whole time. So, it was playing kind of dirty, but it is what it is.
We saw you jump up into the student section after the game. What was that like, and do you have anything you want to say to the fans?
I appreciate them for coming out each and every week. They're sold out stands every week, so I know we got to show love to them and give back to them as well. So yeah.
You made some great plays today.
So.
It's great, Coach Saban. It's great to say. Did that play into some of the
Yeah, shout out to Coach Saban. Building my confidence up a lot. Week by week, he's just talking about me all the time. So confidence is definitely going up, and I'm definitely out there making plays because he's building my confidence.
What was it like getting to kind of like you led the battle of
South Douglas. Yes, it was good. It's my boy Grayson. I trained with him over this past summer and things like that, and we've been looking forward to this. And he's been working his butt off and to get to the starting spot, and just a great game, the Duncanville and the Sock matchup.
Anything in particular with what was working with Jordan Hudson today? Just that was connecting and more stuff you guys were drawing in practice?
Yeah, we knew he was due for a breakout game. He'd been killing in that practice, week in and week out, and I just got to get the ball in his hands, and he'll make the play for me. So he's been killing off the line, and just put the ball in the facility, he'll make a play for me.
You had the momentum swing right at the end of the first half where Wachovia gets the interception.
Mm-hmm.
Richard ran for, 40-something.
Yeah.
Then you get the field goal.
Yes, sir.
How important was that in terms of just giving you a lift going into halftime
Mm-hmm.
and maybe changing the outlook for the second half a little bit?
Yeah, it was definitely important. Job before I threw the interception, and Isaiah had my back and picked him off again. So just a momentum switch and a lot of, just building the confidence as well. Just after the interception, going to drive downfield and make a play. Yeah.
Coach Lashley was saying you guys have the makeup of the team. Just find ways to win.
Yeah.
Some teams can do that, some teams can't.
Right.
From your vantage point, why? Why are you guys built that way?
Good teams find a way to win. We get preached all week to put our head down, put our blinders on, and just look straight and not worry about what's happening outside and things like that. So good teams find a way to win games. That's what we're going to continue to do.
There were countless times now where you were escaping the pocket, but instead of tucking it and running it, you were looking for receivers downfield.
Yeah.
How much more confidence do you have of once you get out of the pocket? You're still looking for your guys downfield.
Right, I have so much trust in them. All we've been working scramble drill and find a way to get open when I leave the pocket. So I know they're going to get open for me, and I trust them to make a play. So as long as I put the ball by them, they'll make a play for me, and I'm going to continue to do that.
CC,
So.
Just describe the mindset of you guys, who y'all trailing in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, we honestly didn't worry about that. We knew we had a game to play, long game to play still. So we just continue to play and not worry about what the score is right now, and just put our head down and go finish.
This season, the way it's developed, kind of built that character within y'all, where y'all have that mindset.
Yeah, so most definitely, we know we're a good team. We know we can fight back from anything. So we're not really worried about the score. I mean, we just continue to work and working on just focus on the final outcome. So.
Which guy in offense would you say you were the most impressed with tonight?
Really, all of them. Really, the way the O-line protected me, honestly. You know, number 6 for Boston College, he was known for, you know, just getting to the quarterback and making sacks and plays like that. And he's a projected first rounder. So, I mean, just the way our offensive line blocked it, and yeah, nobody laid a finger on me really. So.
Defense struggled at times tonight, but when you saw them make those final 2 sacks, that got you guys the ball back.
Yeah.
Your thoughts
Yeah,
on that?
we have a great D lineman, so we knew they was gonna put pressure and you know, have our backs leading to the fourth quarter. So, you know, they made spectacular plays at the end of the game, and that's what they're known for doing. So, yeah.
Talk about the receivers, and I feel like very balanced attack with all of them stepping up.
Right. Yeah, I mean, our receivers, we had a group of just number one, so like everybody on the field can make a play, and I know they can make a play. So, you know, just having that trust in them and the confidence in them, and yeah, just spreading the ball around and getting the ball in their hands.
You guys are doing things on a national scale that maybe was in 4 years, maybe for a long time.
So.
You find that balance where you appreciate it, you see the joy of others, but at the same time, keep the focus on what you got to do and have it match your season.
Yeah, it definitely started in the offseason. You know, we had our mindset to go win out and, you know, just keep playing ball. So that's what we did. We put our heads down and worked the whole offseason, and we was waiting for this moment, and this moment was destined to happen for us. So just time to put the blinders on again and keep going.
Group in front of you.
Man, we love when we can get in those opportunities where it's must pass, and we can just let the big dogs go hunt. That's our favorite time of the game, where we can just let them go hunt and play covers on the back end. And they did what they were supposed to do, and they went out there and they changed the game. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's one of our main strengths on our teams, our front line, front D line.
For both of you guys, you know, as you get into this part of the season, you know, there's a lot to play for, obviously. How do you kind of enter each game not worrying about all that and knowing that, you know, these might be really tight games and teams are kind of preparing for you guys like Boston College did tonight?
I say just take it a week at a time. Don't look like ahead, too far ahead, because just as easy as we win it, we can lose, and like that opportunity will be taken away from us. So we can't take it for granted. And just put our head down every week and just focus on whoever our opponent is that week, and whatever happens later on, it happens.
Yeah, like you said, just taking it week by week and not looking ahead. Because I think the exciting thing about college football right now is every week you see somebody lose that wasn't really supposed to lose. So it's like any given week you could lose if you don't come prepared within that week of practice and with your preparation.
What was going on in your mind when the pick was coming? Did you see it coming, or did you just see it when you reacted?
We kind of messed up the call a little bit, and I realized it right before the play. So I'm like, let me just go man here and just match it the whole way, and just when it made a play, jumped the route, tried to go make a play.
Roger, can you talk us through your touchdown? And it looked like Moochie got a really nice block for you there. Can you talk about kind of emphasis that the receivers put on making those extra plays?
Oh, yeah, appreciate Moochie for that, because without him, that play definitely don't happen. But it was a good play, and it was a real special play by Kevin to hold the ball long enough and not panic or try to hurry up and give me the ball, because he reading a nickel on that play, and he held it just long enough for the nickel to trigger on him and give me the ball and just give me a chance to make a play in space.
And then can you just talk about Kevin's performance overall? It just seemed like a really, complete performance all 4 quarters.
I don't know, Kevin just balling. That's all I say. I just tell him every week, keep hooping, keep
Keep
balling.
hooping.
That's it.
No cap.
What's the season been like for you, just getting to kind of move around all over the place with your jack of all trades type of player? How's that been for you?
It's fun. It's been an adventure, and I just love football. So, like, I don't have no position I want to play or I got to play to make me happy or feel comfortable about a situation. If you just put me on the football field and, like, let me play football, I'm cool with that. I like that. I'm happy with that. I just want to play football. I hope we win. Whatever situation I got to be in or position I got to be in to help us win that week, I'm cool with that assignment and just do it to my best ability, and that's it.
Coach kind of talked earlier about, kind of thought that a lot of the ACC games were going to feel like this, the fourth quarter tight games, really contested. What was kind of the energy like on the field for you guys? Did you feel that intensity and how you guys, worked through it so you get the win?
I think we've been tested before, with Duke and going back to the first game of the season with Nevada. Like, it's nothing new to us. Like, we know what we got to do. We got to stay together. We got to continue to fight. We got to continue to just do what we're supposed to do what we're coached to do on defense, swing to the ball, on offense, be physical, play fast. So it's nothing new to us. We know that, to win, in college football right now, you got to be able to finish.
That been Coach's main emphasis, just finishing every play, every drive, every quarter. When we in the fourth quarter, it's just about finishing the fourth quarter. We in the first quarter, we're not worrying about what can happen next half or what happened the quarter or the plays before. Just finish your play, and that's going to take care of everything. You just keep finishing. That'd be our main mindset. And especially in the fourth quarter, we done been in situations throughout the season to where it looked like it wasn't going to go our way or it could have went the opposite way, and we just finished and stayed together as a team. Nobody down-talk each other. Everybody uplift each other. Like the pick with him, Kevin threw a pick on the play or the drive before, and he came back and helped us. We just got to have confidence in each other. As long as we do that, we'll be all right.
In addition to your interception, you had 9 tackles, which a lot of weeks would have led the defense. Ahmad Walker also had 9, and Kobe had 16. Where have you seen the biggest growth in that linebacker unit in front of you?
Kobe a dog. Right after the game, I think I was leading the team in tackles. He came up to me, I caught you. I said, damn. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but nah, man, Ahmad, Kobe, Kilgore, even the young guys we got there pushing the older guys. So it was like, man, I love having those guys in front of me, helping me play better, making plays. It just makes the game smoother for the back end. So yeah, man, they balling right now for sure.
You mentioned the Nevada game. How would you say the team has matured? It feels like it's a wildly different team from week 1 to now. What would you say is different now?
I don't know what you think.
I say, like, in college football, you don't have no identity the first game of the season. Like, that's everybody getting their feet wet. This a whole completely different team than last year. Then we had the quarterback situation on offense. And, like, the same on defense, like, everybody getting comfortable to play to each other. So I figured after the first few games, we found our identity as a team, what was our strength, our weaknesses. So that's what figured out. And, like, once we figured everything out, what we was good at and what we wasn't, we went with what we was good with, and we just been putting the pedal to the ground since then.
Yeah, that's a good point because, with college football today, with the transfer portal, every year it's kind of like it's a completely different team. So you're not going to know exactly who you are week 1. It's going to take some time for everybody to mesh, to gel, to really get to know each other. Because I think, in my opinion, probably the biggest thing is I think we've just come close together as a team, like just going through hard stuff together. It makes you closer. So I think that's been able to help us get a little better each week.
So, talk about the linebackers, but y'all got like 3 or 4 safeties. It seems like 1 week is somebody McGill make his play. You got your time.
Thanks.
Talk about that competition within that unit, man. And it seems like the number get called. Y'all step up.
Yeah, I think early in the season, Ahmad popped it off. He had like 2 or 3 picks. And then I got hot 2 games. Roy had one. Then Gil got hot. I think last week Gil was like, I caught you. We even. We tied up again. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's competition. But we love it, Those guys are my brothers. I love them. You know what I'm saying? They pushing me. I'm pushing them. We all got one goal. That's the win, man. So I think it's good when you got that much competition within the room, including CJ. He's a ball. I mean, he make crazy plays every game, too. So it's like, it's good to just have that competition, man. It make us all better, for sure.
They play a lot. Like, that was all that was on our mind. They made us tap out last year, and that wasn't our identity, especially after winning the AAC championship. And that was kind of everybody's thoughts on SMU this year because, like, what they did to us last year. And that was our main mindset coming into every week. Like, we never going to tap out. We're going to finish. And then now that's our goal, to make every other team we play quit. And that's kind of what we started seeing throughout the game with, like, the fake injuries and kneeling on the ground and all that. So we kind of got our lick back.
Yeah.
You guys get a sense that maybe that teams are starting to gun for y'all? Maybe before y'all were a good team, but now you're reaching the status where, this is SMU, this is a big week for us. Are you getting a sense that that's growing?
Nah, we understand, like, we've been playing good ball, so everybody's going to come in and try to, take their shot at us. And I think we saw it today. Boston College came in, they played really well. They ran the ball well. It's a lot of stuff that we got to get better at. But, yeah, we understand that, teams are kind of looking at us different. Like, we can go out there and make a statement and put an imprint on our season, getting a dub against us. So we understand that, and we welcome that challenge.
It seems like it's put a lot of pressure on us, but that's a privilege to us because that means we're going to get everybody best game, so that's going to make us play our best game. We can't come out flat. We can't take anybody lightly because, like he said, in college football, you come out, you have a bad day, that might be your first L, or it might take on and add up to a couple L's. So you just got to keep your head down every week no matter who you're playing.